Hey everybody, Chris Renshaw here, and I've just decided that I'm going to start doing some vlog videos where I can talk about all the geeky things that I'm generally into and don't get to talk about on any of the podcasts, and just not saying daily, but just all the different things that I do and things that I'm interested in that are maybe too long for Twitter or whatever, that I just feel like talking about instead of writing. So today I want to talk about Batman versus Superman. Excuse me, Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. Specifically, last night I sat down and went through the entire 3 hours of the Batman v Superman Ultimate Edition. I'd actually been waiting for this because I was curious to see if you've heard about it at all. It's a rated R version of the movie where they've added in 30 extra minutes. And what we've heard is that Zack Snyder says that this is the actual version that should have been released and that he was forced to trim it down, and that's how we ended up with the theatrical version that we did. And if you've been online anywhere, you know that theatrical version didn't do too well. So how did this one hold up? Well, I'm going to caveat this with I'm a little bit biased in this, is that I'm a huge Batman fan. So I will say I really liked that movie. I really liked the Ultimate Edition of this movie. I think it was a very, very... It's not like make it the greatest movie ever, but it does make it a much better movie than the theatrical version. And I don't understand why the parts that they cut out. So what this movie does is that if you watch the first movie, there was so much packed in, and they kind of went jump cut to jump cut to jump cut, and just the whole time you're like, what? But in this movie, there's all those extra scenes, add that buffer, so you get that before and after piece that we missed, and so it makes for a much smoother movie. It smooths out a lot of those hard edges that may have been in the first one, that we smooth them out, and now we have a much better movie. Doesn't fix the primary problem with the movie, is that it's way too freaking long. 3 hours is a long time to sit through a movie. 2.5 hours is a long time to sit through a movie. The plot line, there's so much that they threw in here that there's a good hour, 30 minutes to an hour that you could cut from this version to get a good Batman versus Superman movie. Take everything that you've got there, trim it down to like an hour and a half, 2 hours tops. And like there's scenes with, there's just a whole bunch of just extra fluff in there. Instead of trying to make a really good movie and then making other movies on top of that, they tried to make a universe out of one movie. And so there's all these tie-ins to future movies and the Justice League and et cetera, when they really could have just stuck with making a good Batman versus Superman. But regardless, it's a great movie. It's not something you're going to watch all the time. So I enjoyed the movie. Am I going to go back and watch it again? Might be a while before I do that. Of course, I may just fast forward it to like the end of the movie and watch the end of the movie again, because that's by far some of my favorite stuff right there. And I can't wait for Suicide Squad to see how some of these actors go that aren't necessarily being directed by Snyder, to see if maybe that's the problem. Maybe it's just the wrong director. So, Batman vs. Superman, Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice Ultimate Edition. If you haven't seen the theatrical version, don't. Watch this Ultimate Edition instead. It's far better, answers far more questions. If you have seen it, if you utterly hated the movie, you're still probably not going to like it. If you thought it was okay but not as good as it could have been, give this a shot. See if you like it. And if you love the movie, then you're going to love this because it's 30 extra minutes of all the stuff we've ever seen. Hey, and for the ladies, you get to see some Ben Affleck butt. So, or I guess technically for some dudes as well. For anyone, we talk about women and stuff, but if you want to see Ben Affleck's butt in the shower, it's in that extra 30 minutes. So that's my take, and I'll see you guys next time. Not sure if this is going to be a daily thing or not. I'll try and do it at least once a week. But make sure you subscribe down below. Comment below if you saw the Ultimate Edition of Batman v Superman and what you thought of the movie. So, oh, one last thing. It's rated R, but I don't know why. It's definitely not that much more violent. Not really, you know, unless Ben Affleck's butt is what makes it R. In fact, that's what I'm going to go with. I'm going to say Ben Affleck's butt is what makes it R. So, there you go. And comment down below if you saw the Ultimate Edition and let me know what you thought. In the meantime, I'll see you guys next time.